Good afternoon, everyone, and we welcome you to a new program that we are starting. It's the same type of format as we used to have in the early mornings, 8:30, but we are making it midday and we are studying something different. So today's learning is dedicated in memory of Leah Bas Bible, Sivia Bas Mordechai, Avram ben David Slavin, Shalom ben Yisrael Morris, Eliezer Shalom ben Avram Shmuel Beres, Ber Vegele Bas Ruven Baruch, Shalom ben Eli Lee, Bena Bas Bible, Fruma Shoshana Bas Yaakov Shmuel, Sarah Malka Bas Binyamin, Yirmiyahu Yechia ben Achav Moshe Eliezer, and Malka Rochel Bas Chaim Morris, Sarah Bas Mordechai Kon, Aaron ben Shimshon Kakenson, Yitzchak Helbitz, and Moshe Yitzchak ben Osher Dov Marks. Wish each and every one of the respective families long life and only simchas. So today, friends, I wanted to share with you a new beginning. Okay, a new beginning. But let's start by asking ourselves a little question. Okay, and the question goes like this: Let's imagine, okay, that we were looking for a suitable soulmate for ourselves or even for our children or grandchildren. Okay, so if I give you a blank piece of paper, okay, give you a blank piece of paper, and I say, write down on this piece of paper, what is it that you think would be the essential ingredients for that person to have? What would you be looking in another person? So, I haven't looked at the comments yet. Good morning, good afternoon. Yes, Michelle, Harry. Michelle, we wish long life. Harry, lovely to see you. Estelle, lovely to see you. Okay, so if you are looking to find your soulmate or a suitable soulmate for your children or grandchildren, what would they have? So you would, I think many people would say kindness. It would be honesty. Maybe it would be somebody who's got a caring disposition, who's a positive person, who's loving, who's all the characteristics that we associate with good people. Okay, so I want us to bear in mind what our list would look like as we journey through the book that we are going to study together. It's quite a lengthy book. I'll show you the cover. Okay, can you see that? So it's the way of tzadikim. In other words, the journey, the path for us to achieve greatness. Hi, Richard. Thank you for joining us. And what we are going to be doing is basically studying the characteristics, what we call midot. Okay, midot is, if I was to say many years ago, if you met somebody's spouse or somebody's a chatan or a potential suitor, you would say, if you're lucky, you'd say he's a real mensch, a real mensch. Now, what do we mean by a real mensch? Okay, suggestions in the comments. What does it mean, a real mensch? You know when you've met a real mensch, but what is a real mensch? I'm asking the same question in different ways. And the idea is that when it comes to what we all, sometimes we struggle to put into words, but we all mean the same thing. A real mensch is somebody who behaves appropriately, who's got outstanding characteristics and virtues. That is what we mean by a real mensch, okay? But what are those virtues, okay? How do we determine what's in and what's out, right? So there are, if we think about every person, the same way that we look different, we are created slightly different, okay? In other words, we are predisposed to certain characteristics. Some people, I know people in our shul that are very genteel and placid, wouldn't say boo to a goose. And there are other people that are exceptionally excitable, okay? They get very worked up about anything and everything. There's always some catastrophe, some calamity, something going on in life, and there has to be something going on in the community. Now, The question is that something that they were predisposed to, or is that something that's developed over the course of time? We all find ourselves every day with certain characteristics that many of them we have just been born with. They are innate. They are an integral part of who we are. Now, some of them are keepers, and some of them we would prefer to be losers. We would rather get rid of them. We are not happy. We are ashamed of sometimes of the way that we behave or misbehave. I lost it. Ever said that? You just caught me at a bad moment. Ever said that to anyone? Right? These type of phrases all suggest the fact that there are moments in life where we are caught on a hop. We're not quite composed. We're not in control of the way we behave, and therefore we behave uncharacteristically, inappropriately. Okay? So we have what we are saying in short, there are good characteristics and bad characteristics. But the fact that you are naturally one way doesn't mean that you have to stay like that. It is possible, and in fact, it is essential and incumbent upon each and every one of us to develop our latent potential, our midot, our characteristics, so that we become a different person. You know, the worst thing, the most offensive thing that anybody could say to me if they met me is, "Oh, I haven't seen you since school days. Oh, you haven't changed." What an insult. You haven't changed. In other words, you're the same person, the same character as you were at the age of 15, 16, 17, and 18, as you are when you are 40, 50, 60, 70. Nothing could be worse. What's the point in living if we're just going to keep making the same mistakes, right? Estelle, you agree? So we are saying, in short, that life is a journey to becoming, hopefully, the person that we can be and that we should be. Okay, let's go on a bit. I have to finish in a couple of minutes and switch to the chat. Just to make you aware, at 12:15 on the Zoom, we are having a Zoom, just a chat. I'm going to set it up as we speak, and that is the idea. Well, the idea is that it is an opportunity for people to engage in a community. Otherwise, they are isolated and not able to interact. So we'll stop in a couple of minutes. But let's just do the first few lines of this beautiful book. In fact, just give me 1 second, because I am meant to be opening the Zoom. So let me start it now, and then it won't be a problem in a minute. Okay, fine. Now let me just exit that. Trying to be at 2 places at once, even on social media, can be challenging. Okay, fine. So let's just read the first few lines. And it goes like this. A person has 5 faculties. The first, what are the 5 faculties? The first is hearing, the second is sight, the third is smell, the fourth is taste, and the fifth is something that we're all missing, touch. Okay, even if you don't have COVID, you may miss smell, but you don't know, there's no interaction. There's very little physical touch, and I think that's something that we all miss, that warmth of somebody else's touch. These 5 faculties encompass all of a person's act, and no act can be performed without them. The heart acts through them. These 5 faculties transmitting all things to the heart, and all acts and thoughts following upon them. The heart is the center of many states, such as pride, humility, remembrance and forgetfulness, sorrow and joy, shame and arrogance, and many others. All of these states are strengthened by the 5 faculties, for the blind man cannot act so proud as if he were a seeing person. In short, in the introduction, the preface to this great book, which we're going to study together, it is saying to us that we are born with certain faculties, and those faculties dictate and control our hearts and the way that we behave and the way that we react to any given situation. And we cannot say to ourselves that this is who I am. I can't control myself. I'm out of control. We hear it all the time. I just feel things are out of control. I'm just not. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. And before you know it, we can do things or say things that we truly regret. So what we are going to see, and tomorrow we'll discuss about the great. It was a philosophy dispute that Harry may have heard of, relating to on the one hand Maimonides, and the other hand a great philosopher, and it was about whether you could train, whether you could train mice to be waiters. So we're going to discuss that tomorrow. We're going to have to close out now because there are people in the waiting room. Okay, so just bear with me 1 second as we recite a Refuah Shlema prayer, and we'll do everything else as well. So, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He causes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even when I walk in the valley of darkness, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You set a table before me in the presence of my adversaries. You anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. May only goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord for the length of days. Next, we continue with memorial prayer, wishing everyone long life. Adon Elamim Zachoes Nishmois. Moshe Yitzchak ben Asher, Dov Marks, Yitzchak Helbet, Aaron ben Shimshon Kaganson, Sarah Bas Mordechai, Malka Rachel, Bas Chaim Morris, Leah Bas Fibers, Bas Mordechai, Avram ben Dov Slavin, Shalom ben Eliezer ben Shmuel Teret, Shalom ben Yisrael Morris, Eliezer, Shalom ben Avram Shmuel Beret, Parafegel Bas Ruben Baruch, Shalom ben Eli ben Bas Fiver from Moshe Shana Bas Yaakov Shmuel, Yirmiyahu Yechiel ben Achav ben Moshe Eliezer, Sarah Malka Bas ben Yomen Shalchul Lilamam, Vegan Aiden Tamanu Chasam Lachain Balarachamim, Yasrein Besekan Pabilanamim, Bitzova Zachaim Stishasam Adana Inach Lasam, Yanuchu Amishkalam, Yanuchu Bishlamish Kavam, Vanamar, Amen. Lastly, Refuah Shlema prayer for all those that have COVID and are unwell. Misha Berach Avasenu Abraham Yitzchak Yaakov Moshe Aaron David Shlomo Yivarech Rapes Acholim. Babu Shana Mitzpalim Babu Ram Bizchazak Kadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachum Aleihem Lach Malafosam V'yesh Lach Lem Fushlim Shemaim Lachol Evrei Malav Besoch Shacha Yisor Fus Nefesh Fusakov Hashtag Aglas Makariv and Omar Amen. We're now switching to the Zoom, my Zoom, so that we can interact with people. That's what people are missing, so that's what we've decided to set up, chat and schmooze once a week. In the meantime, wish everyone long life, wish everyone well, stay healthy, keep well, and look forward to seeing you very, very soon. See you same time, same place tomorrow as we continue our great odyssey and journey through orchos tzadikim. Take care, all the very best.